How we doing, everybody? Our lovely TikTok video today for sure got shadow banned. Doesn't make any sense, but hey, we're back at another live stream. How is everybody doing? Yo, Devin Jackson. How are we doing, y'all? I'm excited for today's games, by the way. 2 college basketball plays today. Welcome on in. Another live stream today. Just got done wrapping up all the numbers for y'all today. And 10 toe, how are we doing? Welcome. We are on TikTok. We are on YouTube today. I have all the numbers for every game. I did a couple college basketball games today from the model. I just used the top 25 teams. Let's be honest here. Handicapping college basketball game 1. There's no handicappers game 1. We got to see how these players are. But I do have 2 college basketball plays today. Both are only 1 unit. And I really like a lot of these dogs. Some of the numbers that we pulled for Mercer, Tennessee on the model, as well as Quinnipiac and St. John's. We're going to touch on all that today. Welcome on in, everybody. It is Monday, another live stream. And wow, who's ready for this Monday Night Football game? I can tell you what, I am. It has been a battle with backup quarterbacks. We cashed our game of the month yesterday with a backup quarterback, Joe Flacco and gang. We had the over in the Bears and the Bengals game. If you are on TikTok, tap that screen up a little bit. I appreciate you. If you're on YouTube, do me a favor, hold it down and like the stream. Let's get back to the Philly, shall we? Welcome on in, though, everybody. What are you guys feeling here for the NFL game, if anything at all? Kansas City Bill game was rigged for the under. You know what? Yeah, a lot of people can make a strong case for that. How does that game not go over? In big games like that, to be quite frank with you, I like to buy it down. Yesterday, I bought it down to 47, which it was safe on one parlay. But yeah, those games are insane. What's the NBA picks today? I actually have every NBA game handicapped today. And then I also have every single NBA game on the model for you guys with score predictions and projections. Literally every single one. And I did it when I was just walking on the treadmill after the gym. And it looks like this. So it's a mess, but the numbers are there. I will read it to you shortly. Have you been off for a while? No, I just started going live every day 2 days ago. So this is our 3rd straight day. I mean, I won't be able to go live every day, as always, but we will go live every day. If something comes up, I won't go. How's my YouTube people doing, though? They're the goats of all the things and everything. But today, I have a lot of dollars wagered already. And I want to kind of start off with a little bit of NFL action to see what you guys kind of like. What's everyone leaning? And go from there. I think we'll tap into the NBA right away. We'll tap into the college basketball games that I have written down, which, who's that? Jordo 128. Thank you very much. I don't get gifts often, so thank you, Jordo. But yesterday, quick little recap. Holy crap, man. Our plays that I said we liked, our model liked in the NFL were all amazing. We told you guys the Panthers, we had a projection for them to actually beat the Packers, and they did beat the Packers. We told you guys we liked the Titans to cover, and they covered. Our model loved that play. And then lastly, the Vikings, and the Vikings end up winning outright, which was pretty crazy. And I told you guys there's just a couple teams I don't like betting against, and maybe we'll have to change our mind during some of these models. And I appreciate you guys. If you guys are new on in and there's still a plus button there, hit that plus button. If not, tap the screen. We'll go over all numbers and datas. There's lots of guys you can watch go live maybe on TikTok here that are younger kids that just tell you what they think. I'm going to tell you what the numbers say. So if you guys like that, instead of guessing, I encourage you guys to stick around, maybe share the video, like the video. Our new model has been awesome. We're 20-4 in hockey. We're also on our greatest NFL season ever. I lost a large bet. Oh, you're tilted right now. That stinks, buddy. But anyways, guys, share this with somebody else. This is real numbers. We have our own AI model projection. You guys could build your own model projections for any game. You could also store it in your phone, tell them what to run, and if you like the way it's working, then stick with that. I'm just here to tell you what mine says, and we've been doing this 8 years every fucking day on YouTube. So what is up, baby? How is everybody doing? We're building our community back on TikTok, and let's get into it. What sports should we start with? NBA, NHL, college basketball. I don't have a lot of games written down for college basketball. It's going to change when we get actual data for them. Or NFL, baby. Roz with a $sign. Wow. What's the YouTube channel? It's called Ghost Picks Jimmy. I give out 3 free plays every single fucking day of my life, baby. So Jordo said the NBA, he donated to the channel. So I think with that being said, we'll start with the NBA. What does my YouTube people think? NBA, NHL, college basketball. NBA it is. Listen, I don't have the games written down in the proper order. I was walking on a treadmill, and we'll just start with that. So for the NBA, we're going to start with the Wolves and the Nets game. And you guys will hear me. What's your question, Troll? Come on, Troll. What's your question? What is your question, user 34495 million? Wolves and Nets. Now, I talked about this game on my YouTube channel. The numbers say, cállate la boca, puta, mama huevo. ¿Comprendes? The fuck out of here. All right, you're gone. The numbers actually say for the Wolves and the Nets game here. Interesting one, and I gave this out on my YouTube channel. Listen, when people are losing at the rate the Nets are, and, you know, it was pretty crazy. We gave you guys the Sixers the day before against the Nets, and you have to lay it with the Wolves again, I feel like. I know they're dealing with some injuries, yada, yada, yada. But getting back into this, the Wolves have the better defense. It's very interesting. The total overall projections for this one is an 8-point game every time. Miranda, how are you? Beautiful. But the numbers, our model projection has the Wolves only winning by 8 maximum for 3 separate projections. 118 to 110, 117 to 109, and so on and so forth. So if you guys want my honest opinion on the Wolves in the Nets game, it's a stay away. But there is no projections even close that the Wolves are winning. So if you guys like, maybe add the Wolves to just win with something else, pair it up with something else. It's probably what I would do. Yeah, nothing crazy in that game. But again, a team that's been on a losing streak like the Nets are right now, there's almost, you have to continue to fade them. But my opinion is I'm going to stay away from that game. Something fishy might happen, okay? Bucks and the Pacers game. One of the higher rated percentages for just winning outright. Let me pull up. All right. I'm pulling up the actual card here. But Bucks and Pacers is our highest. One of our highest percentages just to win. And the Bucks are at 6.5, which is a weird line because our projected number is the Bucks around 8.5. So it's an automatic stay away game for us. Miranda, how are you? But the average outcome score we're having is super, super low. We're seeing a total at 235.5. Some of our projections are pulling 113 to 101, 123. We have the Bucks winning, and it's heavily inflated. So this game doesn't make sense. The numbers aren't going to end, I don't think, at all what we are saying and what the model says. But this loves the Bucks and Pacers under, like by a lot. So I do like the Bucks and Pacers under as far as the side goes. I don't want anything to do with it because our numbers have the Bucks favored a little bit more. Plus the Bucks are 5-1 against the spread this year. So I think the line should be a little bit heavier. But we do like the under in the Bucks and Pacers game. Knicks and Wizards. They are the highest rated confident play as far as winning on the money line, rightfully so. The Wizards are fucking terrible. But 12.5, interesting line. Our most probable outcome is 117 to 103. Live total here is 235.5. And again, don't judge the live total the real total of some of these live projections. The Knicks are going to score well over 170 points, which they absolutely should. But I'm just giving you guys what some numbers are projection for the NBA. And they've been very, very well. This is our best start to the NBA season. We have one NBA play today, which is in a later game. And I stay away from some of these weird games where our numbers that we're pulling for projections and the books or current line is significantly off. So I do like the under again in the Knicks and the Wizards game, but I do like the Knicks to cover the spread as well. 80%, over 80% of the money's on the Knicks, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the Wizards have their best shooting day ever. The Cavs and the Jazz, very interesting one here. The line is at 10.5. The Celtics only covered against the Sixers the other day, and that depends on when you had the line because they ended up being -1.5 at one point. But we like the under in this one again as well. We have different outcomes. 120 to 112 is one of the most probable outcomes, and we're also seeing right around 121 to 105. So I like the Celtics minus the 10.5 in this one. Sean, how are you? What's your lock of the day, baby? I do like the Celtics minus the points against the Jazz. Almost all of our projections having the Celtics covering the spread against the Jazz in every single projection that we're pulling. And again, the median score that we're pulling out total is 121 to 107, Celtics winning. Pistons and the Grizzlies. I have that game somewhere. Again, I should probably have this in a better... I have the Pistons and Grizzlies somewhere. Writing this down on a treadmill is never fun. Oh yeah, Pistons and Grizzlies. This is an interesting one. We have this total is at 235.5, was at 236.5, went down. It's over, a lot of money's on the Celtics, always. Jordo, I don't know who you are, brother, but thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. We don't get gifts in these lives, but when we do, we thank you. And again, Jordo, thank you very much. Pistons and Grizzlies, we like the over in this one. I'm not really sure of the recent trends or recent ones, but our average median score in this game is 124 to 116. We also do have an upset cluster. We in this game, meaning that we can see the Grizzlies winning this game. Is that music too loud? It's absolutely awful. Let's go back here. Is that awful music too loud or no? But Pistons and Grizzlies, every projection that we ran goes over the posted total. It's a little interesting, though, if you really look at things. 81% of the money's on the over. Both teams are kind of 50-50 to the over, and rightfully so. Yeah, we still like the over. Is my NBA people still up in here? We're going to get to NFL in a minute. YouTube, if you guys don't mind, hold down a like. I appreciate it. Rockets and Mavs. Under is this game. Rockets and Mavs. We love the under. It's at 237.5. And we are seeing some significantly lower numbers for this one. This is our highest rated game as far as covering the spread that we have. We have the Rockets covering. But I think that has to do with the fact that, first of all, the Rockets defense, and they are, I think, still tied for the best against the spread there with the Trailblazers and a couple other teams covering the spread. So I will be interested to watch this one. I do like the Rockets covering this one at 12.5. Very, very interesting game. For those that are wondering about the total in that game, we have significantly numbers to the under, and I'm talking the most probable outcome 114 to 101. I'm looking at the right game. Yeah, 114 to 101 being the Rockets and the Mavs. And it's very interesting, some of these projections that we do pull, and it gives you percentages and numbers and stuff like that. But again, you have to take things with a grain of salt, understanding your knowledge, understanding the game, where it's at. The model and AI does know that as well, but I think that it's something for us to put into our own handicapping abilities as well. It's just a couple games I've been talking about yesterday. What was the one we talked about yesterday with the Panthers and Packers winning? It's very hard to take the Panthers and seeing what an AI projection will pull that the Panthers could beat the Packers. You have to take it with a grain of salt and maybe just trust in the numbers sometimes. So I know some of these things may sound crazy, but hey, trust the numbers long term. It's been very, very successful. Lakers and Blazers are premium play of the day, and then the Heat and Clippers. Heat and Clippers, 64% chance that the Clippers win this. And then we have every projection. What I wrote down for this one is every projection the Clippers cover the spread. So y'all take that with a grain of salt. Kevin K, how we doing, baby? But I will tell you guys this. Heat and Clippers, we have the Clippers winning and covering every single projection. And they do not cover the spread often. They're actually 1-4 against the spread, which is one of the worst in the NBA if you're betting on the old LA Clippers. Kevin K, what up, baby? How's everybody doing today? That's the NBA slate today. Any other personal questions quick before we move on to, might touch on a little college basketball, but I definitely want to focus on NFL today. And I wouldn't mind dabbling a little bit in NHL, especially since I did all the research for every fucking game already. Let me know what do you guys want to look at here a little bit. And again, I only wrote down a couple college basketball games. Austin Reeves and Luka out. Yeah. Okay. Portland's still good anyways, man. But any other things you guys personally want to touch on NBA, or would you guys want to move on? And move on to what sport do we want to move on? If you're on TikTok, we're at 5.3K likes. Let's try to get up to 10,000 likes, and I will continue to roll. And don't forget, we are on a NFL whale play today, so I appreciate y'all. And if you guys don't mind, head on over to the website if you guys aren't already on it, and jump on board the whale for the NFL game tonight. Which I'm excited for, by the way. So NFL, I think we'll kind of touch on NFL after a different sport. Listen, I wrote down all this shit while I was freaking on the treadmill, so I want to get it out. I want to get it out to y'all. We're going to touch on NHL, I think. How about that? So for NHL, everybody, we are currently on a 20-4 hockey run. It's been my best hockey season ever. And I know we like to jump on board NFL and college basketball, but let's be very aware that hockey has been my best sport to start a season ever. So let's lock in hockey. We have one NHL play today, I believe. And that is in the Oilers and Blues game. That goes off at 8:30 Eastern time. So all the other games, though, this is not the right one, right? Or this is the right one. Okay, Buffalo. Does Buffalo play today? No, it's the Toronto game first, baby. Yo, where the fuck is this? Huh. I don't know where I wrote down maybe I left it in the other room. I'm not sure, but I think I remember everything for NHL, everybody. We're going to touch on NHL. Okay, and I don't know what I do. Let me pull this up on FanDuel. I wrote down every model projection after the gym on the fucking treadmill like an absolute idiot, and I lost my NHL. Wasted it. Jimmy Bones, what up, baby? How we doing? College basketball leans. I will touch on college basketball in a minute. But first, we got to start with hockey. Now, Penguins and Leafs is a very interesting game. Penguins have been unbelievably good. And I'll tell you right now, the model had, if I remember correctly, the Leafs only winning by one every time. And I think one time they had the Steelers, the Penguins winning. So my advice would be to look at maybe the Penguins at +1.5 in some kind of parlay or something like that. And it had it going over every single time as well, but one projection. It never went under 6 goals in our projection. So if you guys flirt around on different apps or whatever the case may be, and maybe lean at that total on the 6 money, 6-ish mark, I think you should be good. There was no 3-2s at all. So yeah, I really like the Penguins and the Leafs game with some alternate adjustments. Now, yesterday, we had a question about the first period leans. We told you guys we love the Flyers first period under. It should have been a premium play, but our premium play was on Calgary at +114 against the Flyers. So I didn't want to double dip. I don't like losing in the same game twice. So give you guys an understanding where we were at with that. Flyers first period under did hit, and Calgary did win. But Chicago and Kraken, very interesting game. That is today, right? That's one of the games today, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So for this game was wild, actually. We had under for every single projection in this game. And they were all 3-2s. We had a couple 3-1s. And we had no simulation come up where Chicago won. Now, take that like with a grain of salt here. I still like Chicago at +1.5. It's just the stats and the write-ups that the model put out all brought up Kraken and their defense, and I don't know. It's a very interesting game. This is a complete stay away game, but if I had to jump on anything with the Kraken and Chicago game, I would be on the first period under, and I would lean on Kraken under 3.5 goals. And that's it. Nucks and Preds. I remember that game. We do like the first period under in that game, and it's a complete toss-up. We have 50-50 on our projections, but we did have the biggest margin of difference on the Nucks. So if I had to take anything in the Nucks game, it would be the Nucks at -104 against Nashville. That's if I had to take anything. Number-wise, our numbers favored Vancouver over Nashville. Cov, what up, baby? I don't know where you've been, Cov, but my late night grind on Call of Duty has been interesting. Paired up with 2 new people yesterday, a girl named Melissa, a guy named Cody. They averaged about 2 kills each, and I was averaging about 40. So I don't know if you're going to play tonight or you're going to be an absolute puta, but we're going to need you in the lobby tonight, buddy. So that's it for NHL. Anybody have any specific questions? Again, we're on a 20-4 NHL run. It's been huge. I have a ton of y'all on my NHL season already, and I can't thank you guys enough. But if you guys would like to join anything, link tree in the bio. And if that fucking plus button is still right there, make sure you guys click that. And if you're on YouTube, you haven't subscribed, make sure you guys subscribe as well. Any goal scorers? No, dude. I don't go that into too much with the projections. I could add that, and what I could do if you guys all wanted, if there was enough people to say, I would like to see what your model projects. When you create a model, right? Anybody could create one. It just has to work. If it doesn't work, then your model sucks. There is certain features you can add, like, hey, if there is a player prop that you favor, then you could add in your model. Does anybody know how many passing yards Mac Jones had yesterday? Because our model liked that more than anything in that game yesterday. And I remember I said it 1,000 times in the fucking live. How many passing yards did Mac Jones have? Does anybody know how many passing yards Mac Jones had? 235, so he went over. 227. And the number one player prop, which I gave out in the live, was CMC over 82.5 yards. I still have that somewhere. That was actually the plays that our model spit out for that game, which was fucking insane. I remember being alive, asking everyone, what's Mac Jones, and I already knew CMC's because that was the number one play for the projection. It was on Christian McCaffrey. Interesting, man. Just wild. Trusting a fucking computer. But anyways, whatever. I don't know what we're on right now, but as far as the Oilers and Blues game goes, I know someone asked about that. That is actually my premium play of the day. 20-4 NHL run. You could jump on over to my website. And also, don't forget on my website, I gave out a free play in the NFL game. Now, my Max Whale play is on the card as well, which if you're on TikTok, it's the link tree in the bio. It's the first link in the link tree in the bio. If you're on YouTube, you already know where to go. But my Max Whale play, I think I'd have it on there for $24.99. You could jump on board, or you could just listen to me ramble. I'm not going to tell you what it is, and not going to give you any hints on what it is. But I will say this. I'm ready to go. Sports-O-holic. I think I remember your name. I'm not sure what your real name is, but how are you doing, buddy? Anyways, on to a little bit of college basketball. Trust the numbers here. I'm going to go fast and furious through college basketball because why? People that tell you they know what the fuck's going to happen in college basketball week one, they bump their head. They don't know. But I will say this. I trust in our model, and I continue to roll with it. Quinnipiac and St. John's, I gave this out on my YouTube channel. Is St. John's a team that dominates and blows out teams? Maybe a Quinnipiac-style team, but I just can't see. Do they blow people out? I mean, I know their defense is good, but the model favored the under slightly, but we have Quinnipiac hanging in there by like 12, 13 points. And the most common outcome being 83-72 and also 77-69 were the roughly scores. So I like QP plus the 26.5 in college basketball. Mercer in Tennessee, I just don't see where we're getting these blowouts. This one's a little bit closer to a blowout. The St. John's one was so close for all projections. And again, this is college basketball. We have no data. Don't go crazy in judging all this yet. Let's just kind of see what it spits up for trusting in whatever data it has from last year going into this year. But we do like Mercer plus the points. Florida and Arizona. This is we do have upset clusters on this game, meaning which we can see an upset. However, every projection that we have for this one, Florida has won and covered the spread. So the most probable outcome, 82-74 Florida. Give me Florida to get the job done. I believe they're at home, by the way, against Arizona. And then another one that I seen with huge numbers was BYU against my Villanova. Very interesting game. 72% probable outcome for BYU to win. And in that winning, they have not only covered, but won by at least a margin of 2.5 points covering the spread. So I do like BYU later tonight, minus 7.5. That's what we have for college basketball. I think it's time to get in the NFL. And I appreciate all the people liking the live. How's everybody doing today? YouTube, how's my people over there? And if you are on TikTok, let's get up to 10K likes. Thank you. 10, your thumb's got to be hurting by now. If there's still a plus button, make sure you guys follow on in. And as far as the Cowboys and Cardinals game goes, I'll touch on some player props. Zay Jones, I don't have anything with that. I didn't see anything with his name in anything either. It's kind of a good question too when it comes to the model. Actually, how many player props actually do come up? And the answer is as many as you kind of want. So I can ask my model to run player props and it'll break them down, but I can also ask it to give me the most favorable outcomes for player prop projections, and it'll give you kind of the list of the common theme players. My max player prop of the day, I am going to go ride with the public here today, which will be on Dak Prescott over 267.5 yards. So very interesting. I'm usually a dog guy, right? If we take a look at this game, and this is why it took me a long time to release my games today. Now, it didn't take me long at all to release my max play for this. Whale, we have a 7.5 unit play on this game. Again, link tree in the bio. But the Cowboys and Cardinals, obviously, the public is going to be all over Dallas. But you have to take a step back because the Cardinals have been fantastic with Jacoby Brissett. They're averaging, almost 30 points a game with the backup. And a couple things have to go into that. One, they just genuinely don't give a fuck what they're doing right now. But two is they're throwing the ball a lot more, and some of these receivers are feeling confident. Like I said in my write-up, by the way, if you go to my website, I have a free write-up for this game, by the way. So ghostpicksats.com or in the link tree in the bio, just go to daily free picks. It's wild to think that these backups could be better than our starters. And Kyler Murray's absolutely fucking dog shit. He's too small. All he does is run. He gets out of the pocket, blah, blah, blah. Jacoby Brissett, definitely not the greatest thing ever, but I have his passing attempts over at 36. Both games he started, he went 44 and 36, I believe. So they're throwing the ball a ton. You're in Dallas. What do we know about the Cowboys at home? They score a fuck ton of points, and that benefits our passing attempts for Jacoby Brissett astronomically. As far as the numbers go, as far as projections, we don't have any projections that says the Cardinals will win. However, that doesn't mean that we don't have projections saying the Cardinals will keep this game close. So I will say this. This game is going to be fun. Our player props are jam-packed. I have 2 player props. One being Dak Prescott over 267.5 passing yards. And the second one, I'm taking a flyer on Jacoby Brissett over 14.5 rushing yards. And I have a small wager on him over 25 rushing yards as well. A little bit of good plus money in that one. I think this is going to be a fun game. Dallas is not known for their defense. Very tough one when a team like the Broncos absolutely dominate them. It's like, can the Cardinals do that? Probably not, but I do think that the Cardinals will be just fine on offense. So, I don't know. It's going to be a fun one to watch. I'll tell you guys that. What's anybody's questions or thoughts on that? Player props. I know there's some weird, like, will Ferguson do this? I really don't know. I don't have an opinion on it. The only player prop projection that our model spit up, which is only to come up if it's a higher percentage than actually the outcome or the total, which came up with Dak Prescott, which I was leaning personally on Jacoby Brissett everything. I have Jacoby Brissett over 36.5 passing attempts. I have Jacoby Brissett over 250 plus yards, and I have Jacoby Brissett at 2+ touchdowns. So I think he's a beast. Hook him. As far as any of the total aside, I have my whale play today. As you can see right here, you could jump on board the website. You get the full write-up. We're at 10,000 likes. Let's keep hammering down. I appreciate y'all. Wouldn't be fair to my clients to me to give that out right here on here. I don't know what language you're speaking, brother, but what up? How are you doing? Russian? Something like that? As far as touchdown scores, I have not gotten anything in with that. But I'll tell you guys who I'm kind of leaning. Because every game I do a touchdown score parlay, which I'm sure probably everybody else does. So primetime games, like yesterday I went to that Horton guy or whatever. He was the first one to score. I needed one more Commanders to score for my player prop. I had a lot of Seahawks. Random fucking dudes. Some guys that I don't even know. I definitely like Marvin Harrison Jr. I know Trey McBride has been getting in the end zone. He's the #1 target, and he's awesome. I do like Marvin Harrison Jr. to go over the top. I like Ferguson more than I like CD. Pickens. I like George Pickens more than I like CD today. Now, Javonte Williams is up to -160, which I thought was pretty interesting. He's never really that high. And when a running back's that high, it kind of makes me scratch my head and think, maybe this run game might go to it. And we see it all the time. Javonte's a dual threat, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him catch a pass, for a touchdown. Another one I have is Zay Jones at +450. The Cardinals are going to have to come up with some trickery, and I think we may be able to see a little Zay action to get into the end zone. let's see, Zay, Marvin Harrison, George Pickens, and Javonte is plus 4,674. So that's probably what I'm going to be rocking. May change it up a little bit, just 2 and 2. But I'm definitely probably going to be hitting Zay solo. I really like Zay Jones today, possibly to sneak in there. Cardinals can use every and anybody. And I do know that, what's my most confidence touchdown scorer? Probably Marvin Harrison, plus 125. It's probably what I'm going to be rocking with. Marvin Harrison Jr. at plus 125. Now that wraps up everything for all the games. If you guys have any personal questions, like, hey, this game or that game, or start 'em, sit 'em, you can ask me now. And then if not, I'm just going to jump off. How are we doing on YouTube? I love y'all. They're the dearest, the most. You guys are the best. I don't know if you're watching, Ethan, but I hope your workout's going good. And then your massage later, Ethan, I hope that goes well as well. If you're not watching, well, fuck it. How about TikTok? We touched on hockey. Gavin, what up? Appreciate you, buddy. Any other questions? The Niners are cursed. I don't know about that. They just have a bad quarterback. Not now. Mac Jones is good. Purdy was awful. So I'm kind of glad that they're rocking with Mac Jones. He's their best quarterback for sure. There's no doubt about that. If you're on YouTube, I'm going to stay on TikTok for a little bit. I'm going to end the YouTube stream. I love y'all. Get on over there. Go